Pennies Going in Raw is a production of iHeartRadio. The opinions expressed in the following podcast are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide education and entertainment about the financial industry and the stock market. Enjoy!
On this episode of Pennies Going in Raw, we discuss Andrew Tate's ban and the result on stocks. We discuss this week in the market and also intraday technical analysis.
You find out life's this game of pennies.
Oh, you guys know we only have a 40% runner. Hello, 40% is a fucking killing.
We've been compliant for too long. It's time we go to war.
I don't have a Roth.
Hugh knows so much about the market that his brain doesn't have enough room for grammar.
Hey, who told me about IDEX? It's going up a shit ton now.
Rob, 4%, baby. No way. 4 fucking percent.
You asked the exact same question with 2 words different.
It's like, man, I just got dick whipped for like 20%, and now that f***er's up like 50.
I bet Warren Buffett never did that.
I'm just making this voice memo to call out unusual whales to a fight.
The pennies we need are everywhere around us.
Pennies.
Going in raw.
Featuring Dan, Deity of Dips, and Hugh Honey.
Produced by Vinny.
And Christian.
Let's go, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Pennies Going in Raw. Today is Wednesday, August the 31st. What we're seeing in the market right now, we talked about it last week. What we see this week would be really important. We just went on a crazy bull run for the past, like 2.5 months almost? 2 months maybe? And, this week, if you're a bull, hadn't looked good. However, we did say you needed a pullback, but we didn't want it pulling back past this 400 mark, did we? I mean, that seems like a bit far, going from 420. I mean, it's down 5% in just a couple days.
Yeah. No, so, yeah. Bulls really need... No, Dan, you're correct. The Bulls really need... God, I feel like I'm talking about like the Chicago Bulls right now. Okay.
The Bulls really need a fucking center.
Yeah. Like,
look,
that's
dude,
literally
they need health. We need Lonzo back. Maybe 2011 D-Rose. But no, like you're saying, the Bulls wanted to pull back.
Yeah, the Bulls wanted to pull back, but this is something where, okay, it's kind of one of those things where let's just say you're talking to a girl, okay? And, you want the girl to like not be all up in your face and you want her to like give you your space. However, you don't want it to be like 2 weekends in a row where she's like not hitting you up like, hey, you want to do something? Because that just means that she's, doing something else for someone else. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Bulls wanted to pull back, but when you get smoked for 5% in 4 days, that's where it's like, oh, okay, what just happened?
Yeah,
and also when you take into account.
It's like asking a girl if you want a break. And she's like, I mean, this is a little bit too much. Let me like chill for a bit, see how we do. And she's posting pictures on like yachts with dudes fucking yatted up with chains on.
Exactly. And so it's like, I wanted this pullback. Like, I wanted this break. However, I didn't want all this with it. So that's the one thing that I think is really important to note here is that Bulls really need us to reclaim 405. 405 is going to be like the sand, the
line in the sand,
the wet sand. Yeah. And until they get back above there, I mean, right now I think Bears are in control, and I still do. And I mean, whoa, you figure if we go down another 5% from here, we're quickly approaching the lows, and so then everybody's going to look at, everybody's going to look at this little rally as just what it was, bear market rally. And that's not something that Bulls really want, because realistically, the next step down is going to be closer to like 340. I want to say 330. And
if we get back on a trend towards 360, it's not going to look too fucking hot for all the big boys out there going long.
No, it's going to look really, really ugly.
I think it'll last a lot longer than people think too.
Yeah, no. You're right. Because the other thing is that, so I look at like trades like this like two different ways. You have the backside of moves, which is, essentially a stock. Let's just take the S&P 500. Goes up for 2 years, and all of a sudden the backside of the move to like 362 came in, 15% of the time that it took to go up. And then all of a sudden it was like we lost like a year and a half worth of gains. So I look at that as like the backside of the move. But then I also look at it as like a downtrend move. And what I mean by a downtrend move is that, yes, maybe the stock was lower at that price at one time, but not recently. So like, for instance, if the S&P 500 were to break that 3,600 level and, make like a new low for this year. So I look at that, like I said, is that let's just say 3,600 breaks down. I look at that less of like backside of the move, like I look at like a parabolic short, and I look at that more as like now a big downtrend. And the things with big downtrends, and again, we can go back to any bear market rally and any bear market, is that they're very, very slow. And now that being said, everything inside the past 4 years has really happened really fast. And what I mean by that is that it feels like we're going through market cycles like every 6 months.
That should last 6 months, but they last fucking 4 weeks. Like,
yeah.
Just thinking about the bounce back from COVID as opposed to like the other was like where all the crashes happened. Like that was insane.
Exactly. And so do I think that we're out of the woods yet? No. And honestly, I kind of attribute this, or I really do think that although the macros are different, I think we could see a 2008 type trend. And not because like if you overlay the map with it, overlay the chart with it, it's a lot of people are claiming the same. What I mean by it is that because you have so many people that made so much money on the way up over the last 3 years, what you need now is that you need those people to start to lock in gains. Again, even with this 5% smoke show, we still haven't seen any panic selling, like no panic selling over the past like year. And so what you need is for those people to start to panic and say, screw it. I know that we're down 30% this year, but I just want to take my gains, whatever I have left, like you need those kind of movements for market makers to then justify scooping up the pieces. And so what I think will happen is that we continue to see these bear market rallies. Like I think that we see probably like 330, 320 if we break that 3,600. And then from there, it's like we rally hard back maybe to 3,500. And then maybe we go back down towards the low. Because then if it's like we're at like 3,100, maybe 3,000, that's when people are going to start to get scared because they remember when the S&P 500 broke the 2,500 mark. Like I talk to people, and I'm talking like people who don't really care about finance, and they remember when the S&P 500 broke the 2,500. They can't tell you what the price was at yesterday, but they can tell you when it broke 2,500. So if we break below like 3,000, and I know that we just broke below 4,000, so that's a long way away. But again, is that this can happen rather quickly. Like it really can. Again, the backside of the move comes 10 times faster. And so we can be at that 3,600 mark, by the end of September, mid-October, so then we're looking at by the end of the year, we could be, 3,300 area. And, for the fact that we were at 4,700 to start the year, if we're down at 3,300, that's quite a move down.
Yeah, no, those people remember that like other things. They don't care about like where you were when you lost your virginity or got your first haircut or where your super conservative parents told you Obama became president, shit like that, So moving on, little fun little tidbit to go over because it kind of started to affect stocks a little bit. I know you probably heard about Andrew Tate, as you're probably, you're a 22-year-old misogynist yourself, extremely sexist man.
Yes, my twin sister. I grew up very, very misogynistic.
Hey, close enough, dude. I feel like I'm walking someone with a double-digit IQ, how to speak holding their hand. Like you're taught how to speak by a parrot. So Andrew Tate, the leader of the 14-year-olds, questionable past. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him.
Okay, wait. Question.
Okay, hit me.
Is that like who signed up for his thing? Like 14-year-olds? Like, do they have that kind of money?
So here, let me kind of like introduce him first before we get into questions, dude, because that's top G right there, you know.
Because I only see like some of the viral videos, so like I do have questions.
So I can answer them, dude. I'm heavily on YouTube. So
yes, I do.
He he has all these views like, hey, if your girl has an OnlyFans, all of that money is your money because she's your property.
Oh God,
shit like that. So you can see like where he'll say things like, if a plane was about to crash, I would rather have a male pilot than a female pilot. But, just some things.
What's the basis behind that?
That women are more emotional. So you put them in a stressful situation that they would react more with emotion than a man.
Don't women push humans out of their body.
That's like, I don't know how emotional that is. That. Yeah, dude,
like,
fuck no, dude.
Honestly, but see, like this goes back to like, and I know we bring everything back to trade, but like this goes back to like, I'd personally, if I'm gonna sit there and choose a woman or a man just based on like, I'm gonna have to refer to my girlfriend because she has a master's in this, but like the biological makeup of male and women, like aren't women like technically, I don't want to misspeak, but like,
do it, dude.
Like, I feel like women traders like handle their emotions way better than men.
I mean,
traders.
we've only talked to two. I mean, we don't exactly have the most.
That's
but then
true.
Again,
based on our sample size.
Also, let's just use it like, hey, maybe there's aren't many women traders because of that exact reason. God, dude, our 99.2% male demographic is about to go to 99.5 quick.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking try and learn about it, dude, not just become a fucking misogynist on accident. Anyways, so he says some pretty controversial shit, has a pretty controversial past. Does all this shit. He's a mixed dude. His dad was the highest rated black chess master of all time or something like that.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
His father, from America, he had to move to England around age 9, was the highest rated black chess master of all time. I believe of all time, but yeah, no, and that's like verified. Like,
I'm sorry, when you say black,
he is an African American male who is the highest rated chess master who is African American. That's just like how he refers to him as. Sorry, I guess I could be more politically correct.
Holy hell! What about everybody in the what about versus everybody in the world?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to cherry pick, but I mean, this is just how I don't know what rank he is overall. I just know.
I'm just saying. Like,
whenever he describes him, he always says he's the highest rated, African American chess master of all time.
But like, does that do we know if that skews it one way or the other? Like,
I don't know. I don't know the fucking rankings of chess mastership, dude. I mean,
okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't know if this is important. I just think it mixed. You're throwing in that he's a mixed man and he's a chess master father. I don't know. I shouldn't even mention it. Didn't mean to cause all this black chess. But so all of this, and he has all these things, but it's also more of like a kind of less finance based Gary V. Like, hey, you wake up, like mix Gary V with fucking Kobe Bryant, with fucking all these other like alpha males telling all these dudes to do shit. I'm not trying to compare Kobe and all these dudes to fucking Andrew Tate, but just trying to be like, hey, dudes should do this. Men have always lived this way in society, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, the past week, he gets banned from every social media platform. And if you Google trend search his name, he was the most Googled man for like a week straight. He was the most famous person on the planet. By far. I mean, came out of nowhere. And
you gotta love social media.
The issue, the issue is it influences so many young kids. But he made this thing called Hustlers University. It's a $50 course. And the way he got everywhere is he'd promote it. Hey, you join this, you get an affiliate link, makes pyramid scheme, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we go down the line. But the way you promote your affiliate link is you just post more videos of Andrew Tate everywhere. So he's basically being like, hey, you want to make money, you promote videos of me, and then you make money from the affiliate link of people clicking on it. That's why they like go viral so often. And because he just has all the minions in the pyramid scheme just promoting him. Well, anyways,
but who can we? Where's our producers? Can we get some like one of these?
We need
people?
to get Christian. We need to get just Christian. He's fucking in college, dude. Fucking half his friends probably like on the fucking top G Tate train right now, dude. Hustler University graduate.
I don't know. I don't know. I would like to interview someone.
Dude,
someone
I was
like,
thinking about paying the $5,000 to join the war room and just hoping we could get him on the podcast that way, dude. I want to.
What the hell's the war room?
Oh, it's a $5,000 inner circle. You pay $5,000.
Well, I'm sorry. So he has $50 a month.
Yeah, that's for the Hustlers University.
And he creates content every month.
No, I think he just has like 9 classes and then a Discord. Yeah, it's pretty.
And you pay monthly?
Yeah, to stay in the Discord, dude. You want to stay with the top G? Yeah. I mean,
and
I
then
pay.
He has a
I'm not letting
$5,000.
it. You get put in a separate room in the Discord. I don't want to be put in that room, so I'm staying subscribed. Dude. I want to be bullied.
And then he has a $5,000 inner circle.
That's the war room, dude.
What the hell is in there?
Dude, the war room's like what all the fucking people on Twitter think all the stock gurus have. It's like before they text each other the stock to play, and then it just fucking they all tweet it at the same time and shit. It's kind of like that.
Then what the hell does he? Then what does he have?
You all got connections and shit. Different countries. You need a passport. They got you. I don't know. I'm not in the war room. I was joking about being in Hustlers University, but. I don't know. He's made a shit ton of cash off it recently, and he's living life. I mean, he's got the Bugatti, he's got the cars. But like I said, last week was banned from all social media platforms. He goes on, not Chris Tucker, Carlson dude, Fox guy. Goes on,
Carlson Tucker, Tucker,
whatever.
Carson Tucker,
Chris Tucker.
Yeah,
but. Gets banned from all these platforms. So now what he's trying to do is go to this site called Rumble. And Rumble stocks up like 20-25% this week off of one dude going to it. He's having over 200,000 people on his live streams. And what I think is crazy about this, if he accomplishes people moving from other social media platforms to his, he will accomplish something no one else is able to do. Ninja on going from Twitch to Mixer, career died. Donald Trump doing the Truth platform. No one fucking went to that. You gotta think all these new social medias are born every fucking day, and everyone's still on Instagram, Twitter, and fucking TikTok, you know? If he gets people on Rumble, I mean, that is massive, you know? I mean, there's people on his side and people not. People that aren't saying he got banned for his views. People that are saying, he got banned for revealing the secrets. Hey, man, these people want you to do this because you need a house. You got to go to college. You got to get debt, yada, yada, yada. He's like, you don't need to do that. You need to do this. So it's all a big, a little paradox. You can decide whose side you want to be on. But it is starting to affect stocks. Like I said, the Rumble stock's up 20%. I think it's something to watch just as a new social media platform. And I think it is literally all going to depend on how many people Andrew Tate can keep on that website.
So ready? So this article's from 6 days ago. And it says, Tate's comments about women in society have earned him the ire of the internet with Facebook and Instagram owned Meta, claiming he violated their policies on dangerous organizations and individuals.
Dude,
blah, blah, blah.
Dangerous organizations. Hey, he got banned from Twitter. He got banned from all these places. Fucking the fucking Taliban have a Twitter account.
That's what I was thinking too.
Verified.
It literally
ISIS.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do agree with
fucking
that.
Al Qaeda probably has one that's just not active.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that. But so this article continues with saying Tate's comments, blah, blah. Okay, so we talked about that. However, one video site, Rumble, has expressed that Tate's content will remain on the site, with its CEO, Chris, explaining why he feels it would be wrong to censor him. In a post on Twitter, that's funny. In a post on Twitter, CEO retweeted a Rumble link to Andrew Tate's so-called, quote, final message and revealed that his videos won't be pulled from the site. Providing a platform for people to speak freely is essential, he stated. We are going to do whatever it takes to hold the line for free speech, whether we agree or disagree with what what is said. Wow. And then, he's the CEO has tweeted a few times about Andrew Tate. It's important to note that the Rumble CEO is not supporting Tate's comments, but rather believes he has a right to say them. Rumble's decision was met with support in the comments. It just continues to go on. But, it's funny because remember Joe Rogan?
I do remember.
Remember when, the first time we talked about Rumble, it was because they offered Joe Rogan $100 million to leave Spotify. Remember that in what was that, January or February? And he turned it down.
Yeah,
I think it was because of COVID. So what are they going to do?
Could you imagine him $100 million? I mean, he'd have to cancel that and then just wouldn't. He's like, hey, now I'm just on a less popular streaming site. But,
if they got that Andrew Tate and Rumble come to an agreement of some sort? Because listen, Joe Rogan, I feel like Joe Rogan is kind of...
Joe Rogan has longevity. He's been doing this shit for 10 years. His videos get fucking hella fucking views. You don't know I think if they didn't ban Andrew Tate, I mean, he's flavor of the month. I think you could have given him another month and a half. Would he still be here? Probably not.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think doing this is just going to rile up the hive brain to be like, now we have to follow him more because they're trying to censor him. He must have the good shit. He must have the shit that, I mean, you got to think the thing that people are mainly worried about is the influence he has over all these kids. Is because teachers are tweeting dude, we just got back to school. I've never heard of this fucking Andrew Tate guy. Now there's 6 kids fucking telling girls, fuck you in my class. Saying they love Andrew Tate.
Okay, but respectfully, and listen, he sounds like a terrible person.
Deserve it.
Jesus Christ. Listen, respectfully, he sounds like a terrible person, obviously. But playing devil's advocate, is he the worst person?
No, absolutely not. And dude, I sound like the fucking guy in the memes where it's a mattress on the floor and just hella trash. And it's you know what? Andrew Tate does have some good points.
Listen.
I'm telling you,
nobody denies that he sucks. Nobody denies that. I think the bigger thing for the two of us, and it sounds like we agree with this point, is he the worst person? Okay, let's be honest. If I'm being I did catch part of that Carlson Tucker interview or something. I saw a clip of it, and listen again, he sucks. But it was I
think we have more listeners. I think we have more listeners that probably agree with more Andrew Tate shit than disagree. Yeah, I'll just be honest.
But it was Cardi B is supposed to be a role model.
And she said she drugged people when she was a stripper to rob them.
Yeah, drug people. She's admitted to crimes. This guy just sucks. He just sucks. But to the best of my
and there are human trafficking allegations.
There are human trafficking allegations. I heard that he had to leave England because of some possible charges. So he definitely sucks. But again, to call him the worst role model. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Also, I don't know that much about him. I definitely don't know that much about him. But just based off the whispers that I've heard, he sounds like he sucks. But again, it's kind of like Trump. Is Trump a bad dude? Yeah, he kind of sucks as a person. But did he deserve to be banned?
Does he though? I don't. The thing is, I think we're judging people as people that we haven't even met. I've never met Trump. I mean, he says some shit and got him to be the president. So, how was it?
I don't know. We just went to the same UFC fight, so.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was there too. So I guess I met him. Dope. Yeah, no, I met him as a 6-year-old at the fucking Trump Tower. He's a really good dude.
I got a picture with him with his cardboard cutout.
Well, I mean, dude, the thing is, I watched this one comedy skit. It's dude, it's he just asked the crowd. He goes, "Who really, really loves Joe Biden?" And no one really said anything. He's exactly. Joe Biden's not selling no merch. He was it's the fucking Make America Great Again has people ran that shit in public. No one gave a shit. It's people liked him so much they were willing to wear that shit all the time. It became a fashion statement. You can barely wear a fucking red hat anymore with words on it.
That's really funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, No, it's an interesting one. I'm sure there'll be updates by the day, but I'm sure we'll either see Rumble just die out or fucking explode. So we'll see where it's at next week. But something you do know a little more about is intraday trading and intraday technical analysis. So we wanted to kind of dive in there. I know we recently went over technical analysis. Where do you kind of want to start for intraday as a subsection?
So intraday strategies for technical analysis are really useful. And there's a few different strategies that I personally like. And so we'll go over the four strategies that I really like to use for intraday strategies or intraday trading. Sorry. And so the first one and my favorite one is the double top reject off the high of the day. So that is when, let's just say we use the S&P 500. Let's just say SPY is, goes up and it hits 405 and it rejects hard. Then it creates support, makes another run for 405, rejects hard off there, and then it breaks below support. That's where I get short. My stop is at new high a day, and I'm going to ride that down. That's my favorite strategy. Why? Because you clearly have a point of resistance, you have a confirmation of point of resistance, and then you have failed follow through that level of support that breaks down. That's my favorite strategy of all of them. The next one is the inverse of that, which is basically double bottom breakout of range. And so and again, none of these are like when I say this, like one thing that I think some of you guys have to remember is that I had someone ask me how to do something inside TD Ameritrade the other day, and it was super simple. But I was like, honestly, bro, like I haven't done that in 10 years. So when I say like double bottom range support breakout, like that's the Hugh term. That's the Hugh term. That's how I look at it. That's how I consider it. A lot of other people will probably look at it as like double bottom. But see, again, is that the difference between double bottom? What I'm looking for is that I'm looking for, again, SPY, hit 400, boom, bounces hard off that level, comes back up, breaks down again, tests 400, around 400 again, holds there, curls back up and breaks over that previous high level. That's a double bottom, but then you're waiting for confirmation that's a breakout because we break out of that previous resistance, set. And so that's where we have confirmation, that gives really good risk to reward. So that's part of what I'm really looking for. So those are the two that I really like. And then the other one is previous day's close. So that can typically be used as support or resistance. And what I mean by that, and if you look back at Monday's chart is that algorithms and market makers always try and fill the gap. Okay? Always will try and fill the gap on a big gap up or gap down. So if they're going to let's just say it gaps down like it did on Monday, what you're going to see is that you're going to see it gap down, and at some point or another, you're going to try and get and fill that gap. And typically it's a fast and violent move inside that direction, or, whatever direction it is. So
do these usually happen at a certain time, or are these just like, usually these super fast moves like happen like at open, Yeah.
So typically what I've noticed is that they'll try and make the move off open, but like I don't really trade the first 15 minutes because of all the different candles and stuff. Because like you'll see candles like $1, $2, $3. So I don't really trade it off open. But you're right, is that off open you'll see them try and fill the gap, right? And you'll just see a bunch of different crazy candles, and then you'll maybe see it go lower. And I think the thesis here is that you'll see it go lower. Everybody pile into puts or calls, whatever way we're talking about. Let's talk about puts though. So you see those crazy candles for the first 5-10 minutes. Then, we break down support or the previous low set from that day. And then we'll do that for about a half an hour. And then around 11 a.m. Eastern time, we try and fill the gap back up. And like I said, that typically it's a fast and violent move. And then you see failed follow through after that. But again, is that if you notice Monday, is that we literally touched break even on the day and we saw a massive red candle. And then we chopped a little bit more, but we never went higher. And then the last 15 minutes of Monday were two really big red candles. Like I'm talking like $3 and $4 on SPY. So that's one of those things that you can use to your advantage. So if you see failed follow through off of that previous day close to the upside or to the downside, you can really use that to your advantage. So I don't like that strategy as much because it's not something where, I can give like super great confirmation, but you can keep your risk to reward really tight. I mean, you can keep your risk really tight on something like that. So again, I like the double bottoms. I like the double reject off resistance, and I like using the previous day close and the previous day high and low and again, they're just points of contention. And then typically I want to see what they do against those levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so if the three of them line up, great. That's fantastic.
Do you have a threshold of how many you need to work? Or like, is one more important than the other? If you have two, is it better? If you have all three, it's a fucking home run?
Yeah, I mean, typically I'll only have one. Again, as I've typically only looked for like the double bottom and with the double point of resistance. But typically you'll see two. So like when I say like yesterday's previous, let's say like previous. Like when SPY is in like a really tight range during the summer and it's low volatility, you'll see a lot of times is that when we're talking about double points of resistance, you'll also see that the previous day close act as really good support for that next leg up. So a lot of times it's not necessarily directly correlated, but it's like a point of contention and that you can use in conjunction with the other strategies, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Is there any that you see that work better in different markets than others? And when do you like find a time to like cut? Like, let's say the double bottom. When do you realize the double bottom has failed? Even like it's going up a little bit. Do you cut it at where the tip of the W is, like in the very middle? When it's going back down, like where is this?
No. So I'll keep my stop loss at the bottom of the W, and I'll try and hold that. And again, it depends like on the levels that I tweet out every day. But
when we say W, we mean like on the chart. If there's a double bottom, it's going to hit the bottom twice. It's going to hit the bottom, can go up a little bit, go back down, start going up a little bit. Just kind of make a W if you guys kind of see where I'm going from.
Yeah, so I'll keep my stop loss at the bottom of that W. Let's just say it's $1.50. And then I'm probably looking for $2 to $3 move on the upside off that level.
Okay, perfect. And is there when do you, and you said how much of a move you said exactly?
So I'm looking for like a $2 to $3 move to the upside, and my stop loss is typically $1, maybe
and
like
$2 to $3 on if you're talking about SPY.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
And does this work for every stock, or just ones that you see that move that follow this, or?
It's definitely ones that work for every stock, but it's one of those things that like when we're talking about GME and AMC, you always got to have an eye on the other. So like if you're trading Tesla, you always got to have an eye on SPY, always. Because and just to take it one step further here for if that like doesn't make sense, Tesla can't bring down SPY completely, but SPY will bring down Tesla.
Yeah, and there's definitely a correlation, but one can affect the other more.
Exactly, bro. And then last thing I think before just last thing here, it is our founding father, his birthday. It was his birthday yesterday, Tuesday. Good Sir Warren Buffett. And
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah, I love Warren Buffett. Shout out if anybody listens to this podcast and has a connection to Warren Buffett. I love Warren Buffett. I think everything about him is fantastic. He's humble, yet he's like the boy. He's just a really good dude. He's not like one of those like crazy like I need. Let me see, where am I
You
trying
think
to
he
get
has
this?
any Gucci belts, or is he just a pussy?
Yeah, I don't see any Gucci belts, but like, for instance, like you see like some of those crazy people that are like, like I sleep like 3 hours, 45 minutes. Like I eat 0 carbs. Like I eat 1,001 calories.
Breakfast is dumb because it's not primal. Waking up and not having to hunt for your food, pussy shit. Enjoy your Cheerios, like Buffett, nerd.
My boy Buffett, he has his McDonald's and his Diet Coke. Yeah, and I love
Egg
that.
McMuffins. Yeah, dude, him and Trump, dude.
Like he lives, like he lives a little. And I just love that.
You
like
consider
I said, he's
eating
humble.
fucking McDonald's living a little?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'd be Chick-fil-A, but yeah, a little bit. So for me, like I said, is that I love Warren Buffett. He's everything about him. I truly don't know if there can be another Buffett for so many reasons, but that's for a different episode.
What's your favorite part about Warren Buffett? I mean, aside from the fact that he's a little investing nerd.
I really think that he's just unapologetically himself. And
I mean, you can say that about a lot of people. Fuck, you can say that about Andrew Tate and Donald Trump.
And I think that with that, and because of that, he just lives his life and does it the way that he wants to. And he understands that so many things had to go right inside his career for him to make it to that level. But at the same time, he's like, I put myself inside that position. So like let's take Bank of America deal, for instance. Like he bought Bank of America for pennies on the dollar. Like 8 weeks before he bought it, the stock was trading 10 times higher. But again, is that he was fighting over that 10 to 20 cents because again, he's unapologetic. But then at the same time, he understood that he was buying it for pennies on the dollar. And that because he was Warren Buffett, he was able to get that price, to get the opportunity to buy, billion shares of Bank of America at $3. So it's like stuff like that where, I think it's like really cool to see him like, he's fighting over 20 cents with Bank of America, even though it's trading at 90% down. And he understands that like, if this works out, he'll make 30 billion, something like that. Something crazy.
I was watching videos on all these fucking like legendary investors. Who's the fucking one that like as a kid left with like $100, ended up just getting banned from every like stock shop and ended up having to go to like black market stock shops?
I mean, bro, you got like if you guys truly, okay, here's the thing that I love about trading and investing is that it's so freaking hard. And everybody that's like when I say like your top
it's been the
successful
same
guys,
fucking game for hundreds of years and still the same shit, still people can't figure it out.
Like when you talk to like, not that I talk to them, but like some of the bigger guys inside the field, like for me, trading is so damn difficult. But for these guys, it was like George Soros. Like if you guys learn about George Soros, like trading was the easiest thing inside his life. It's like things like Buffett. Like Buffett was just the boy from day one. And so I just think that there's so many different things that like goes into being the best, and and I don't even know if I would ever want to even reach that because it just takes so much to reach that level.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on to kind of the last little bit. I see you are in a new apartment now. Was the other one you just couldn't afford the lease anymore? Did you realize, hey, maybe I'm becoming an adult with millions of dollars?
I'll take the camera.
Shouldn't have a roommate anymore.
Can you see it?
Yeah, you got a pool. People can definitely see you jerk off in your bed from the pool. That's sad, dude. I don't like that at all. And you're in New Jersey.
Yes.
The fuck you have a pool for, dude? For the 1.5 months a year where it's not 67 degrees.
So I got a pool. I got a balcony, and you know me, like I love a good balcony. So
now that you're smoking,
that's what I was missing,
dude.
Oh yeah, you know me. So look, so I got a pool. Oh! I just dropped all my stuff. You got a pool, you got a balcony. Look, you see that out the corner? That's the Hudson. You see that over there?
That's an $1,800 apartment in any other city besides New Jersey. Like, we've got a pool. Yeah, dude, you got a fucking sink too, man. You got water.
Bro, this was just built in December. This is like the nicest apartment complex like on the East Coast. It's sick. All right, don't rain on my parade. I love it here. All right, I got working air conditioning and heating. You know, like I don't have like these little units.
Soon. Yeah, for sure.
At my last apartment, we had these big 16-foot ceilings with massive windows, and we had these big ass plug-in units.
It was pretty
that the
cold in your last
had.
apartment. I will give you that.
And I mean, like our PSE&G bill used to be like $800. Like I'm not even
Christ.
kidding.
Yeah, no, that's, my direct energy bill is $70, and I don't even turn on any lights. I mean,
$400.
This light is off because I left it on too long. I just haven't called maintenance.
Bro, we would be like, even during the summer. So for July, it was still $400. It was still $400 our PSE&G bill, and we didn't turn anything on.
I remember at my dead grandma's house, dude. We were fucking in the summer. You wanted the AC on, you'd be putting that bitch at like 65. You'd get a comfortable 72, maybe. Like the animals out.
Lord.
Yeah, no, we were running that bill up, man. But you know, in Alabama, inflation's different. Like saving bucks, you know, kept their value a little more. All right, well, I'll be in Red Rocks Amphitheater to see my close friend and twin Zed tomorrow or on Wednesday. So if anyone's there and going, feel free to say hello, come give me a hug or a fucking smack on the ass or whatever. And we'll see you all next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will talk to you on Sunday. Peace, love you.
Sounds good, brother.
Pennies Going in Raw is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.